Dion Dawkins, Pat Freeman from the Beat, 105.5 FM. How you doing today?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Just want to ask you a little bit about this year and the challenges that you had throughout the season, especially at the beginning. I'm an offensive line fanatic. I've watched your play for a number of years. How bad of a challenge was it to regain your stamina to get to the point you were towards the end of the season, especially playing a great game yesterday?
Yeah, it's a whenever you get hit with something and like that, like the COVID battle or like an illness or whatever, your body is trying to recover the entire season. And you have to think about it like this, right? If you're sick, your body just needs to rest. But when you're playing football and you're out there beating your body down, you're going against what the body is trying to do. So it's kind of like two magnets trying to come together, and it just never comes. But it definitely took 17 weeks, for myself to really feel, like fully back, like not really set like 17, but I started to feel a lot better after that second like COVID battle. And it was just a process that I was dealt with.
My last question to you, what was that locker room like yesterday? You guys were on the cusp of one of the great victories of all time. Certainly, as time goes on, you realize how great of a game that you're part of. And certainly, I think you'll see that very shortly because the entire nation is talking about one of the great performances that has ever been played during the playoffs by two teams.
Yeah, well, the locker room was like we were all disappointed. Like anytime and that you lose any game, whether it's checkers, chess, football, it don't matter. Like we're a bunch of competitors. So you put a bunch of people that compete at the highest level in one room, everybody's just like, down, like, but like that one hurt. But it's a feeling that I hate feeling, and it sucks that we had to feel it again.
Thanks a lot, Dion. I appreciate your candor and your personality. Have a good off season. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, brother. Same.
Hey, Dion. Always good to see you.
What's up, Dante?
Can you just speak on how much love there is in the locker room and the bond as players that you all share?
Yeah, the bond is unmatched, and I would say one of the biggest or one of the saddest things about ending a football season not on our terms is the locker room will never look the same. It'll never be the same 1 year to the next. So with that like being said, it's just sad that our brotherhood is going to be broken apart, and some guys will be here and some guys won't. And when you have that much love for one another, it could definitely like bring you to some sad points.
Definitely. And going off of what you just said, do you worry at all about how this roster will change in the offseason, knowing that you guys felt you had the championship caliber roster?
I don't really think too much on it. It's that's out of my pay grade. But I just hope that the guys like upstairs just continue to just do what they do, and that's put the right guys in a room and on a roster to put ourselves in a position to have a chance. And I just wish nothing but the best of luck to everybody. And whatever's next for us all, I just hope that we all just step right, and with God.
Last one for me. Speaking about the front office bringing in the correct players, how do you think Spencer Brown and Tommy Doyle performed in their rookie seasons?
Man, I love those kids. I love them. I love them. I love them. They are the, what's the word that I can use? They are a cookie cutter. They are, like the sculpture of what a rookie should be like. They came in here. They showed their personality. They kept their mouth shut. They spoke when they were supposed to. They showed their talents when they were supposed to. They took care of the older guys. They were here on time. They didn't complain. They got the job done. And I am excited for those two guys' futures. They are the future. They are the future. And I'm excited to see their growth. And battles are what it is. Like, if Tommy and Spence do what they're supposed to do consistently, it pushes guys like me out. So I'm one to always give credit where credit is for sure due. And those guys are the future of tackles in the NFL.
Thank you, Dion. Always appreciate you. Have a great offseason.
Appreciate it, Dante. You too.
D-Dog, a.k.a. the Snowman, Rookie Hawkins.
Big Mooks, man. What did it do?
Oh, man. I'm lucky. Luckily, I'm not bald-headed today, man. I'm pulling my hair out, but it's the name of the game, nature of the beast, right? But yesterday, I mean, I don't think defense really had nothing to do with it, the way these offenses were just red hot, on both sides of the ball. Just give me your overall assessment of yesterday. What do you think?
Truly, Mooks, like, I would say that we truly had two of the best players that are in control of a football team in one area. And that's Patrick Mahomes and that's Josh Allen. And special things are going to happen. Special moments are going to be made. Special highlights are going to be done. Special things in history books are going to appear. And when you have a fully like loaded team like ours, and a fully like loaded team like the Chiefs, it's a back and forth battle. Like, we weren't supposed to go in there and beat them by 80 points. They weren't supposed to go in there and beat us by 80 points. It's I can confidently and respectably and humbly say this now, that it's two Goliaths fighting. It's not a Goliath and a little boy anymore. We have showed what type of unit we are, and the world sees it. And I'm definitely happy that the world sees it, but I'm not happy with the result. But with that being said, Mook, it's just when two greats meet, something happens, and there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser, because at the end of it, it's a game that we all play, and there's a winner and a loser in every game. And it sucks that we had to take that shorter end.
Absolutely, man. 2-man inner, 1-man league. We all know how that goes, but we know football is the ultimate team sport, man. But for you to battle COVID not once, but twice, and to, come out, rise to the occasion as a Pro Bowler, man, what did that really meant to you personally?
I don't know, talking about stuff and like that, it brings emotions. You feel me? It's just a testimony of my faith, truly. I had nothing but support, all through it. So I don't even really, when I look at the accolades now and all this stuff, I don't even see it in myself. I see everybody in my O-line room, every last person, from the coaches to my center to my guards to all the up and down battles that guys had to deal with. they all poured into me, and we all poured into each other. And it's just a testimony of the type of guys that is here on this Buffalo Bills roster and in this building, that, you know, like we are ones to just keep fighting and keep stepping and just keep trying to do everything the right way, even though that we know nobody's perfect and we're far from it. But I'm beyond thankful. You know, God has definitely, you know, like put me through a lot of tests, and he's held at my hand through the lows and the highs, and that's all I could really, like, you know, ask for, is whatever I'm put through just for him or whoever, like, that godly, like God is, just don't let Emmy go. Like, I'm okay, and with being low, I'm okay with being like at a high, as long as he still just got my hand through it. And, you know, it's just what it is.
True warrior for that, man. I'm letting you know that you're a true warrior for that. But in closing, how does yesterday defeat make this team better, and what are the expectations of this team going into 2022?
Yeah. Well, we understand what we're capable of doing at any point. And we obviously see now, even when we have all other pieces that need to get the job done, we have to push a little bit harder. And we should never let a football game be determined from a coin. Like I think that's the most craziest rule in sports. Like, you could fight your entire fight, the whole game, and then the game comes down to a 50-50 chance of a coin toss. Like, this ain't Vegas. Like, we not at the casino table. Like this ain't no 50-50 bet. And there ain't even no 50-50 bet. And it's just crazy that was the outcome. But going into 2022 season, we just need to just understand that let's just keep everything in our hands, you know, and not a coin's hand. Because when it's in our hands, our hand wins. When it's in a coin's hand, it's a 50-50 chance that shouldn't even be allowed in this game.
Absolutely. And also analytically, right? But hey, man, it's always love every time, Snow, man. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I know you're gonna come back healthy and stronger for next season.
For sure, Mook. I'm gonna see you soon, bro. But you my dog, yo. I'm gonna see you. For sure.
Absolutely, my guy.
Dion, John Warrow, AP.
What up, John? How you doing?
You just good. You maybe you just figured out that I was going to ask that question about the coin toss, but because that's what my question was going to be about. Given how much of a showdown you talked about, how close you went toe to toe, two very good teams went toe to toe. How empty is that feeling, knowing that the overtime rules are what the overtime rules are? How empty is that feeling, you know, a day later?
It's exactly that. It's a feeling of horrible, if that's even a feeling. But it's just horrible. Like, it's just like how could the game come down to one possession? And if they score, the game is over. If they kick a field goal, the game is not over, and we get a chance. Like it's just weird. Like, if it was my idea, I would put a certain amount of time on the clock, and I would give each team 2 timeouts. I would put a certain amount of time on the clock and just let both teams duke it out. But it shouldn't be a race. Like, oh, the first guy to touch that wall wins. Like, come on now. Like, it is and what it is, but that's what we're dealt with now. So I don't want to make an excuse for it, but, you know, hopefully it'll change.
Right, because the gravity of the situation, I understand, why they do that in the regular season, but this is the playoffs. This is do or die or go home. So the gravity,
Right.
yeah, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, just the gravity of walking off that field knowing you guys can get to possess the ball one more time.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, it really does. It just sucks. And hopefully, like, they can use us as an example. And since they're talking about in this game so highly, they should definitely reconsider something.
Yeah, because I'd imagine people would stay tuned in, given how how compelling it was watching it.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Dion. All the best to you, and congrats good for you for persevering through all you've persevered through this year.
Yeah, appreciate it, John. Thank you, brother.
Hi, Dion. It's Jay with the Buffalo News. With COVID and with injuries, the early part and kind of midway through the season, you guys really had a lot of moving parts on the offensive line, different guys playing different positions. Do you feel like at the end of the season, maybe after Ryan came in, that you really kind of settled on a 5 that could be effective for you? I mean, you guys went 4 games in a row with Josh not being sacked. I know that streak ended yesterday, but do you feel like that you settled on a group up front that really kind of gelled at the right time?
I don't know if I want to answer that right, because if I were to say yes, then it's like basically saying, well, Ike and John don't matter. Like, I think everybody played their role and everybody did what they had to do to get us to the position that we had to get to. And, like, with the guys that we have in that room, I'm okay with that rotation because there's no hiccup, there's no hiccup. And whatever it got to be, I am all for it. I just want to win. I just want to win.
Yeah. Do you plan on playing in the Pro Bowl? Is that something that you're going to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't really think about it yet. It's my first one. So I don't really know what to do. Like, this is something that every player dreams of. So I don't want to, throw it in a bucket because and we lost, but I also don't want to go and enjoy something when my teammates are home. Like, that's not really cool. But I'm a figure out what's the right thing. I'm gonna probably call E Wood and Richie and all of my older guys and speak to them. But I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot for your time all season, Dion, and have a good off season.
Yo, but question for you, right? Since you asked me, what do you think that I should do?
You should go and play and enjoy it. If it's your first time, and it's an experience my opinion is it's an experience that, you don't get that chance every season. And guys are always going to, it's what you play for, right? Is to try and get there and to experience new things. So that's what I would do.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. Congrats, man, on your success.
Thank you, brother.
All right, buddy.
Hey, Dion. I wanted to go back to kind of some of that emotional side of you feeling all the support from your teammates, from the organization with everything you were going through this season. Was there anything there that you learned about those guys or the franchise and the way they helped you?
Yeah, that guys actually do care, going from college to the NFL, the bonds break, like they're just thinner bonds. Like in college, you're with the guys 24/7, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, every workout, every class, every study hall, every meal, every training table, everything. And then you come to the NFL and it's kind of pieces. So to feel that full bond of brotherhood was definitely different. But it basically just brought more respect for the guys that are walking around in this building.
You've mentioned that with players specifically. Where else did you feel it from an organization standpoint of just
Coach.
you getting this? Well, do you have examples of just like you getting all that support you needed?
Well, I can speak on McDermott. And McDermott noticed it, and he pulled me to the side. He checked on me every day, open like conversation, off the record like conversations, organically. Like wasn't like coach to player. It was like man to man, and I respected it. I really did. And after that, like conversation, after the conversations that we would have, it kind of like turned on another gear. And he probably doesn't know that I would give him like that credit, but he has no idea what type of leader he is. And he definitely triggered a gear that I needed to kick on this last stretch of the season.
And then just to jump topics for a second, you've touched on how there's some similar themes to how this year ended as compared to last year. Is there anything that feels different as you guys look to build off of this year versus last year?
A loss is a loss, and anytime that we don't win the Super Bowl, it all goes in the same bucket. It really does. We just got to get back to the basics. We literally have to jump off of the mountain that we were climbing and start over. And we have our best foot forward, but it's just time to recover, rebuild, and just get back to fresh start.
Thanks, Dion. Always appreciate your time and insight.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Dion. This is Nick Firo from SI.com. The offensive line this year, you guys went through quite a transition. And it was during the season. It wasn't, in the preseason. You had two new starters introduced. Darryl moved inside, basically three new guys. Then when you think about it, and for those who don't play or don't look at it a lot, how difficult is that for an offensive line to do that? From week 1 through week 17 and right week 18 or whatever, and to come out the other end, so much better than you were going in.
It's offensive line is a hard position, and anytime when you have to switch positions, like go from tackle to guard or go from center to guard or anything, it's just a testimony of the guys that are in the room that have their mind available for change. And that's what we have here, guys that are just willing to do whatever it's going to take to get the job done. And I'm just blessed that we have an O-line room that isn't selfish and that did whatever we could do to put ourselves in the best position to win.
I was just one more follow-up. You're probably going to lose Coach Dable to another job. What's he meant to you and to the offense and to this team?
Dave's is my dog, man. That is my dog. Truly love him. I'm thankful for him. He's a real one, but you climb that ladder, and you climb it for a reason. And I'm thankful. I'm blessed for him to be able to even have the opportunity to move on. And nothing is set in stone yet. So I still have however long I can still call him my coordinator. So I'm not ready to push over that and that name yet. But Dave's is my offensive coordinator still. And wherever he ends up, it'll be a special gift from us to wherever the heck he goes. But we love Dave's and we're thankful for him. And people tried to bash him too. People tried to throw him through the fire, but he just kept stepping, and now people are like, Dave was in first place for head coaching job. So it's just the words of the world that you have to have thick skin in this league, and Dable is one of those guys that has that thick skin. But I know that I'm rambling, but I'm thankful for him. I truly am.